Money, especially in the present context, is just numbers. There's no even a substance behind those. It's just numbers. You print more money, some paper, and that's it. So what is actually value? What is actually valuable? Valuable is something which can sustain its value. Everybody is dreaming about it. How to actually sustain something. Sustain relationships, sustain physical assets, sustain even Krishna consciousness. It needs maintenance. It needs actually constant maintenance, and Krishna conscious maintenance means you have to spread it. If you don't spread it, you cannot maintain it. There is no status quo in Krishna consciousness. If you don't push for spreading it, it will deteriorate automatically again. It will fall apart to such a degree that whole paramparas are disappearing, gone. Krishna himself has to appear to establish a new parampara. Even these names we have today, they are names who appeared at the creation of this universe. That means the last one was destroyed. So even these names of these individual persons come and go. They don't stay. Even Prajapatis are coming into existence, populating the universe, then the whole show is again, rolled together. So, as more one understands Krishna consciousness, the less one will be trapped by momentary circumstances. That doesn't mean one will be superficially mayavadi negligent. It's already very temporary. No. This was the amazing thing about Srila Prabhupada. He could pay attention to such a detail that it was connected to Krishna. But not really to the drama behind that, which is connected to the body. The body constantly produces dramas, my digestion, my mental being, my attraction, my repulsion. This is all issued from the body. I hate this, I love this, I hope for this, oh I lost this, and I wish I could be like that. Actually, I don't even know what I want. There's some desire, there's so many desires in our heart, we don't even know what it is. It comes and draws me to this association. And there's people who live a whole life, and at the end of their life they discover I'm homosexual. That was what made my whole life so mad. Because I never could handle this situation, and that's it, because I'm homosexual. Oh, big surprise. Really, there's such a thing. It happens very often. More often as you can think. Even amongst devotees. Don't ask me to go in detail and give you names. They even discover, actually, I'm not a man. I'm a woman who end up in a man's body. That strong the bodily identification can be there, and that confusing it is. And everybody always asks us, is it possible that we are something that we are not? And we were going, of course we are the soul, we are not this body. That's what the schizophrenic situation is. Of course. No, he meant something else. He discovered, no, I'm a woman, I'm not a man. Today is a daily dance instead of dance. So, I don't know, I didn't met him for 20 years, I wouldn't know how to relate to him. Haribol, Prabhu, David Asil, and he's affiliated with a devotee who was a Mataji who became a man. So it's like manly and female, and so Kali Yuga is like, you're not so sure who is who, Don't be so sure that we are male or female. In Kali Yuga, you don't know. It's so mad. But we are not only members of confused caste, as Prabhupada said, of the unknown caste. We are members of unknown sex. It's so crazy. You cannot trust anything anymore. Well, what? As one devotee cynically remarked, he said, I feel okay. I like only women. Like this is Kali Yuga. When my daughter was born, the Mataji's in the temple are going, oh, she's so lucky, she will know who the father is. They didn't. Some of them, they didn't. So this is madness. That's why you go Harinama eva kevalam. Kalonasti, evakati, anyata. There's no other way to chant. There's no way this Kalonasti, this 3 times repetition is. You will not achieve any perfection by trying to be a mystic yogi or by jnani, empiric cultivation of knowledge, or by karma, hard work. These processes will not work. They will not bring, even in a Vedic context, a progress in Kali Yuga. It's really just a chanting. So that's important. And chanting again, it's a whole issue on its own. There are offensive type of chanting, purifying chanting, and ultimately pure chanting. That may take also many lifetimes to get to that. But still, that's where the progress is. Chanting. So we should be conscious about details, but simultaneously understand the real devastating nature of these times we are living in. And it will be shown to us. It's one of the problems in our preaching is that people feel so well situated. They feel like so comfortable. They think this is going to be like this. They feel safe to some degree in their illusion. That's why in countries where people are so uprooted and they are so, was shown to them how, unpredictable this nature is, it's more easy to preach, naturally, because they seek more shelter. Because Krishna consciousness is the ultimate way to find some stability. Whatever is crazy happening around us, you can always check. You can always try to surrender to Krishna. You can always be engaged in some sort of service. Nobody can take this away from you. Even you are, sitting in jail or whatever, you can still chant. There's a whole program in this for that. I had a discussion in Ireland recently with the temple president about that, because there's one devotee who was fired up to go to the Irish jails and preach and this. Well, there's some problems with that, because the gentlemen coming out of these jails may be still chanting, and devotees, nevertheless, very difficult for them to give up their old habituation. So in other words, you are inviting into your temple, a group of criminals of various kinds, which will have a tendency to, engage themselves again in their old habits. I told him maybe there should be a separate temple for that. The temple of the temple president, the qualification, you must be practically a lifelong sentence or something like that. So the temple president is a bank robber, and the temple commander is, things like this. So they can, amongst themselves, because they speak similar language, like in jail, they can cultivate their Krishna consciousness. Why not? We don't mind to have a homosexual sangha. Why not? Just please, have your sangha. Don't abuse our brahmacharis. Chant Hare Krishna, fine. And live along your three regulative principles, whatever. At least you chant Hare Krishna, something. What can you do? But don't live in a standard temple. That's simply not possible. No, sorry, it's not possible. Because due to the level of your conditioning. Varnashrama society works like this. The robbers are in the forest, they are not in the city. According to the level of your consciousness, you live in a certain location. And you can all practice Krishna consciousness. Why not? The sannyasis or the sadhus can even go around, give a lecture to the criminals, and give lecture to this Prabhupada, give a lecture in jail. It's recorded. He was invited to the same jail Gandhi was in prison. And he was invited to give a lecture to the prisoners. Prabhupada explains in one lecture. And he was lecturing to the prisoners. And they were listening carefully. It's a far place to preach because they are really locked up. And they are really, feeling the pain and the artificiality of that whole environment. It's not so difficult to explain to them. Well, you are not like you are in and we are out. We are all in. This whole material world is like a It's just out there. It looks like it's all freedom, but what is the freedom? Birth, old age and disease? What more guards you want to have in a jail? How much more restricted you want to be? So this is actually, what's happening. So it's a quite interesting case to preach, but we have to also scientifically understand this as a certain level of conditioning. As Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, the old taste will never go away. It's just covered by a higher taste.